What's going on, guys? It's Fawn here from Body Elements, and today we're going to go through how to perform a strict ring muscle up and what you might be doing wrong. The muscle up is a common goal for athletes who like to use their body weight for training, whether that be on a bar or on rings. The muscle up opens the door to other exercises from the top of a set of rings or bar, while also being a powerful training tool in itself. The beauty of the strict ring muscle up is it's a bit easier to get your first one than it is on a bar. But it is harder to perform multiple muscle ups as you lose energy through the movement of the straps and the rings. If you have confidence in the strength of your dips and pull-ups, I would say your problem with getting your first muscle up comes down to technique more than strength. To address this, keep watching as we go through all the steps to perform a successful ring muscle up. If you don't have confidence in your pulling and pushing strength, we'll also go through some progressions to help with those. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first mistake people tend to make with the ring muscle up is using the wrong grip. If you're using the same grip you'd use for a regular pull-up, the ring muscle up is going to be very difficult. You want to hold the rings with what's called a false grip. The false grip reduces the amount of distance your hands have to travel throughout the muscle up, as well as opening the range for your shoulders. To get into the false grip, you want to grab the rings by their far side and almost shake hands with them. From here, you want to turn your hands towards each other as if you were about to give yourself knuckles. You're now in the false grip position, and you'll need to hold this position for the entire movement. You'll notice this grip puts a bit more load on your forearms, and it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you will get used to it over time. Once you've mastered the false grip, the next thing people tend to struggle with is the transition. The first mistake that tends to show up in the transition is people try to transition too early. You want the rings at about the midpoint of your sternum before you start to transition. If you try to transition too early, you're going to find it very difficult to get your chest over the rings. You want to make sure you're pulling with enough explosion to get your chest up into its highest position before trying to throw your chest over the rings and pulling the rings underneath your shoulders. The other mistake that likes to pop up for first time muscle uppies is doing the muscle up with the rings too far away from the body. You want to keep the rings close together and close to the body. The further the rings are away from your body, the harder this exercise is going to be. Not that this is wrong, it's just more difficult and probably a more advanced progression. If you keep the rings close together and close to your body, you should be able to trace with your thumbs around the outside of your chest out to your armpits as you transition. Once you perform the pull in the transition, all you have left to do is to dip and to lower yourself down. Make sure you're locking out at the top and the bottom for the reps to count. If you've got to this point and you're still struggling with strength or technique deficiencies, here are some good progressions that will help you out. The first progression I'd use, and a common one amongst bodyweight exercises, is just doing the eccentric phase, so just the lowering phase of the muscle up. Use a raised platform or lower the rings so that you can get your body into the uppermost position of the muscle up, and then slowly lower yourself down to the bottom position. A typical rep range for this one would be 3 to 5 reps for 3 to 4 sets. The longer the lowering phase of this movement, the more you're going to get out of it. Another old and gold progression for the muscle up is the assisted muscle up. With the assisted muscle up, you want to start with the rings down at a position where your feet and legs can help you out with this exercise. You want to start with a false grip, with your legs straight and in your lowest position. You want to pull your torso towards the rings, then you want to break at the hips, then you're going to perform all the steps we went through previously. From here, you just lower yourself as usual. If you're struggling with the pulling phase of this movement and you can't get your chest high enough to transition, a good exercise to use is weighted false grip pull-ups. Now, if you can't do weighted false grip pull-ups, you can just do regular false grip pull-ups, but make sure you're practicing these pull-ups with the false grip. Personally, the way I got my first muscle up was by using weighted false grip pull-ups. It's going to give you far more explosion and the opportunity to get your chest into a higher position to transition. Again, we can use a 3 to 5 rep range for 3 to 4 sets, a typical strength routine. Now, if dips are the part of the exercise that you struggle with, a good way to practice is by doing very, very deep dips. Since we're in a very deep dip position after the transition, you want to practice deeper than regular dips so that you're ready for this position when you get there. Using the strength rep range, we can do 3 to 5 reps for 3 to 4 sets. Again, adding weight here will boost your dips, but it's not as necessary as the pulling phase. If you clean up these mistakes and follow these progressions, you'll have your very first ring muscle up in no time. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.